Sorry. Mr. President, tonight I rise to speak about the value of universities as centres of research and innovation,
Order, please.
providing and sustaining a range of jobs on their campuses and shaping and developing minds, often young minds, but also more mature ones as well. Although they have been set up by New South Wales legislation, universities often fall through the cracks when it comes to state government policy or consideration, in spite of the many benefits they provide to the state economy, both directly and indirectly. The University of New South Wales last year commissioned a Deloitte Access Economics report that showed the explicit economic value of universities and their research to the Australian economy. The report showed that 10% of the nation's GDP in 2014 was attributed to the impact of university research and that $160 billion was generated by knowledge and technology arising from this research. It also showed that every dollar invested in university research produces between a $5 and $10 return to the economy, not to mention the $140 billion that was added to the Australian economy in 2016 by skilled graduates. More specifically, in 2014, UNSW contributed $1.76 billion to the Australian economy through UNSW's operations and student and visitor spending, which created 11,700 full-time jobs. UNSW added $15 billion to the Australian GDP as a result of its research, with an additional $204 million from its graduating class of 2013. But it's not just the quantifiable and direct economic benefits that come from our universities through patentable research, but the more intangible benefits of critical thinking and the pursuit of knowledge that we have seen since ancient times. Today, a university education can provide an unparalleled opportunity for a young person not only to develop themselves personally, but also improve their job prospects. I am an ardent advocate that tertiary education, not just at university, must be accessible for everyone, no matter where they live or how much they earn or who their parents are. If someone wishes to better themselves, it is a fundamental responsibility of government to support this pursuit. I believe it was one of the Hawke-Keating government's finest achievements to dramatically expand our university system in the 1980s, giving more young people access to a tertiary education, not just those who could afford it. And it is one of the worst indictments on the Baird Grant government that there are 1,200 less students enrolled in TAFE now than in 2012, paying exorbitantly higher fees. At a time when there are no longer jobs for life, we should be encouraging retraining and lifetime learning. It is a disgrace. We need a strong and innovative university sector and also a thriving and well-funded vet sector that trains young people but also provides alternative pathways for students to undertake further study. I recently had the opportunity to hear about some of the partnerships my alma mater, the University of New South Wales, is undertaking at its annual Town and Gown dinner. I wish to pay tribute to Chancellor David Gonski AC, the Vice-Chancellor Professor Vice-Chancellor Professor Ian Jacobs, who are leading UNSW to strive for excellence and innovation in both its academic pursuits and also within the broader community. We heard about the innovation and collaboration that UNSW is undertaking in China through the Torch Initiative by attracting individual undergraduate and postgraduate students and also by partnering with industry, from Mr. Laurie Piercy, the Executive Director International. Ms. Sophie Johnson, President of the UNSW SRC, spoke about the collaboration of the university and the student body to implement the Respect Now Always program, providing best case policies and procedures to address gendered violence and sexual assault. Mr. Kim Ellis, Director and Chief Executive of the Centennial Park and Moore Park Trust, explained how the GLAM Alliance, Gardens, Galleries, Libraries and Museums, is being coordinated through UNSW to connect creative, art and design talent across Sydney. And Professor Emma Johnson, Pro-Vice-Chancellor Research, described the PLUS Alliance between UNSW, Arizona State University and the King's College London to collaborate and build research strengths and education outcomes, addressing global challenges such as climate change, migration and refugees, and prevent global disruptions of the future.